Next match, featuring Lawrence Godfrey. His parents call him Lawrence. We call him Larry.
We call him Larry.
Larry Godfrey of Great Britain, leading them out. And he will take on Kim Woojin of Korea. Yes, tell me about your good teammate.
He's a fantastic guy, and he's honest enough to tell me that he was telling me this morning over breakfast that
he hates the rain.
No, that he's shot against Kim Woojin twice already, and both times he's gone down 6-0. He is yet to take a single set from the Korean. So I think today he's after. He doesn't want to make a 3 in a row. He wants to break that cycle, and he's outranked. He's number 3, and I think Kim is he's ranked 4th. Okay, so it's close in the rankings, and
as far as seeding goes, Kim Woojin is 6th seed, and Larry Godfrey is the 3rd seed. So in terms of seeding for this tournament, but in the world rankings, yes, Larry Godfrey is 7th in the world, and Kim Woojin comes in ranked 4th. He was number 1 in the world a year ago. Interesting thing about Kim Woojin, he was beaten out by Kim Woojin for a spot on the South Korean men's team in London, even though he had defeated Woojin in Turkey at stage 2 in Antalya to win the bronze medal at that stage. But that just goes to show you the level of competition within the Korean team.
They've got so many top archers. It feels like every weekend they have a competition. There's a new person on top. I mean, they had a great team at the Olympics. They shot world and Olympic records. So, but yeah, it's sure going to hurt that he wasn't in that team. Whereas for Larry, he had a home Olympics that didn't quite go the way he wanted. He was hoping for a medal, and it didn't quite materialize. So he's after a good finish to his season as well.
A 9 materializes for Larry Godfrey on his first shot, who, by the way, was 9th in the team and the individual competition at the games in London. A bullseye to start things off for Kim Woojin. Mr. Kim taking the lead early on, 10-9. But Larry Godfrey answering.
That's the answer he needed. And yeah, no, Larry's got no problems with shooting in the rain. We have done it so many times.
10 points.
Kim Woojin, unfazed. I would imagine, yes, in the UK you will be practicing in the rain from time to time.
And we have a lot of our national tournaments. We don't stop them just because of the rain. We only stop if things become unsafe. So if we have lightning or extreme wind, if anything else, we just keep going, just like we are here. Archers are tough.
Excellent shooting by both of these archers.
That was a 10, that was. There seems to be an error with the...
Now they correct it.
That's good.
10s across the board for Kim Woojin, who takes that first set 2-0.
So Larry still hasn't taken a set, but frankly, to go out and shoot a 29, he can't. No, he's still happy. Good, because that was a great performance, Larry. You can't do much if your opponent shoots perfect. That's...
No, it's very tough to do that if the other guy is perfect, and Kim Woojin certainly was, shooting those 3 bullseyes. You know, it's interesting, you look back on Larry's performance at stage 3 in Ogden.
Great
he was on the men's team that won a bronze medal in Ogden. Individually, he took the silver medal in Ogden, and he was also a member of the gold medal team at stage 2 in Antalya.
Absolutely. That gold medal match that Larry was in Ogden, it looked bad because he lost 6-0, but then sitting
he lost each set by just 1 point, didn't he?
It was really, really close. It wasn't. The scoreboard wasn't really a reflection of his performance. He shot well, but
it was deceiving. It was deceiving. Luis Alvarez had a great match there.
He did. He's had a great year.
And we'll see him coming up in just a little bit. In fact, he'll be in the next match against Brady Ellison of the United States. But that's how this set system can work. You can lose 6-0, and somebody will pick up the paper, read that, think that you did not shoot very well, when in fact you did.
There's always a story behind the scores.
Well, the story here in Tokyo right now is the tremendous shooting despite the rain, which started late last night and has continued through the morning and is expected to continue throughout the day here in Japan. By the way, just in case you didn't know that, there's a typhoon in the Philippines, which we understand is also headed north in this direction. Should not affect the competition today, though, but might affect the flights out tomorrow.
Might affect the flights home, okay.
Tough shot for Larry Godfrey to start this second set. Not what he needed, trailing 2-0 in the match.
Nope, but I'm sure he'll pick himself up. You can't let it get you down.
Mr. Kim with a 9.
Back in the gold. I think the rain might have picked up just a little bit. It's looking quite hard out there.
Close, but outside the 9 ring. A 10 right here would put the pressure on, but it's a 9. So right now, Kim Woojin leads an 8 to tie and 9 to win the set.
9 will take the set. It's an 8.
It's an 8.
Well, that gives Larry a bit of a breather.
So we'll call that set a draw between the two. We'll split the 2 points up between them. 1 point goes to Kim Woojin. 1 point goes to Larry Godfrey.
There's Larry with coach Lloyd Brown from the US of A. He coached in 1996 Olympic champion Justin Husch and has been working in the UK for the last 3 years. His major complaint is the weather. Not as warm as sunny San Diego, where he used to live.
So a good look at Kim Woojin of Korea, ranked #1 in the world a year ago. Overall, he's won 6 World Cup medals, including an individual gold medal at stage 3 at Ogden 2 years ago. Been competing on this level since 2009, and he's one of the few archers in the world who can say he's taken Im Dong-hyun to a shoot-off.
But to think an archer of that level didn't go to the Olympic Games is crazy, and you're right, it's a reflection of how strong that Korean team is.
Our Tokyo crew here.
Right.
Working in the rain.
The Brit, Mr. Godfrey, needs to find some 10s.
With 6 seconds on the clock, he is high and to the right and in the 7 ring.
That's not what he needed.
Meanwhile, Kim Woojin answers with a 9 and moves ahead 9-7 early on in this set. Kim Woojin leading 3 to 1.
Much better. Still a little tweak on the side.
Actually, when you think back to that second set, that's the first set that Larry Godfrey has not lost to Kim Woojin.
Yes.
So that's a bit of a victory.
He did explicitly say that he wanted to win. He did.
Okay.
He didn't mention tying.
He didn't mention splitting the set, huh?
But you're right. We can take the. I can give a little bit of a silver lining if things don't go favourable. I'm sure he'll dry himself off and we're ready for the next one.
7 ties, 8 wins, and a 10 does even more. 28-25 in the set as Kim Woojin picks up 2 more points and jumps out to a 5-1 lead in the match now. That first shot in the set, the 7, really making it tough for Larry Godfrey.
Yeah, you can't do things like that against Kim Woojin. You've got to keep him centered.
Larry has seen some tough luck. Finished 4th in Athens 8 years ago in the Olympics, lost a bronze medal by 1 point.
Very close, and he has had a lot of close results, but still here, still fighting, and still putting in some world-class performances.
Battling away at the age of 36, a veteran of international competition, and has to know and has to keep it in his mind and stay positive and know that you can come back from a 5-1 deficit in the set system here in Recurve. But it starts right now for Larry Godfrey, who's trailing 5-1 in the match as the rain continues to fall here in Tokyo.
Larry not looking as steady as he normally would at all.
But it's a 9.
If you can move around like that and still shoot 9s, that's fine.
The 4th ranked archer in the world on the line, perhaps. I think it is on the line.
You've only got to touch that line and you can get the high score, and he certainly did.
Another couple millimeters the other way, and Larry Godfrey would have the lead in this but he comes up with a 9 and continues to shoot well.
Another little tweak, a couple of clicks down.
Kim Woojin finding the center ring. Which is what Larry Godfrey needs to do right now. Got it.
Well, at least that puts a little bit of pressure on Kim.
Can win it with a 10, tie it with a 9. Heart rate of 97 beats per minute.
And a tie will still give him the win of the match.
There it is. Kim Woojin with a 9 right there. Picks up the 1 point as they split the set points.
So Larry
Godfrey, yeah.
doesn't achieve his goal. He doesn't get to win a single set.
Split 2 sets with Kim Woojin, but Woojin started off with 3 straight 10s in that first set. And that set the tone for the entire match.
It did, really. Larry had a few wild shots there, and you just can't afford to do that, not at this level of competition.
So a bit better performance for Larry Godfrey, but not the one he was looking for. However, Kim Woojin doing what he has practiced to do. By the way, his only World Cup gold medal was in 2010. That was at stage 3 in Porch, Croatia. So that's something that's on his mind as well. In the back of his mind right now, he's focusing on his next match.
One match at a time, one shot at a time.
The day is done for Larry Godfrey. Job well done, Larry.